What's up, Twitch and YouTube? It's Murphy55 coming to you with another episode of Around the Gjallarhorn, and today we have Comp Madden player, streamer extraordinaire, my guy SPAMMINBUTTONS coming through. We're going to hear his story about how he first got into the gaming scene, how he got into the competitive Madden scene, and what he's doing to kind of stay relevant, in Madden 23. So first and foremost, Spammin, thank you for coming through, taking time out of your busy schedule to do the interview, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Hey, absolutely, my dude. And, the first thing that I kind of wanted to ask you about was where you're from, where the hometown is. I know you got the Phillies hat on right now, and I see you kind of roaming around Philly, a lot of sports games and stuff like that. Is Philly where you're originally from?
Oh, yeah. Born and raised, man. Born and raised.
Let's go. Nice, man. Were you from right in the city, or like from like a suburb around the city, or were you right in the thick of it?
Kind of both. I mean, kind of both. I grew up in the suburbs, but now I'm in kind of near the city.
Nice, yeah. And does that, coming along with it, I know Philly's got like reputation as having one of the most hostile, devious fan bases out there. Like, you guys go crazy. You support the hell out of your team, but at the same time, you're not afraid to let them know when they're not putting a product on the field. Why do you think that is? That is it something about the Philly people that make the fan base, so ferocious, or is it like,
honestly?
Yeah,
it's probably just because most of the fan base, when we're at the game, I was at the home opener against the Vikings.
Oh yeah, nice. The Monday nighter.
But yeah, the Monday night game, and most of the people are just drunk and stupid. I'm gonna be honest, they're just drunk and stupid. Yeah. But we do love, we ride and die with the Eagles. That
For sure. And you guys have had like a lot of success in recent years too, like with the random Nick Foles Super Bowl. Like, I would have never seen that coming. Like a backup stepping up and doing what he did.
I remember that. I remember that like yesterday. When once they said he torn his ACL, I was in high school. I was crying in class because I was so damn sad. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. But Nick Foles took us to the promised land.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's kind of crazy. Like, you guys have a new young quarterback at the helm, Jalen Hurts. He's looking really, really good. Like, you guys are looking like the top team in the NFC right now, to be honest. Like, Buccaneers have had their stumbles. Rams are not looking good. Yeah. Like, I don't think I could pick a team from the NFC that's on the same level as you guys right now. Do you expect that to continue? Do you think they're going to be the #1 seed going into the playoffs this year?
Honestly, our schedule gets easy. It gets easier. So I mean, I hope so. Yeah. If we stay healthy, I definitely think this team is well built. We need to add another pass rusher, but
yeah. Yeah, but those guys are available. If you're willing to part with draft picks and stuff, I'm sure you guys will be able to make a move.
The crazy thing is, we had the Saints pick, and I think it's like third in their draft right now at this season under now.
That's a valuable pick. Saints are going to be terrible. I mean, honestly, in all fairness, the Saints almost beat my Vikings this weekend. All it took was that double doink to save us from overtime, and they outplayed us. I'm not going to lie. You guys flooded us. We were feeling good as Vikings fans after beating Green Bay week 1. We made Green Bay look terrible, and then you guys made us look like a junior varsity squad playing against an NFL team. So
that's Kirk. That's Kirk Cousins in prime time.
For sure, man. Oh yeah, primetime Kirk is not something you want to watch. But yeah, and then speaking of which too, we got playoff baseball starting too. I don't actually know what situation the Phillies are in right now. Are the Phillies in the playoffs? Are they?
Yeah, I think they clinched. I think we play the Cardinals, and I want to go to a game, but I think it's so. Hopefully, I'll be able to go to a game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, playoff tickets are super expensive, but honestly, like it's definitely worth it for the experience.
It's so worth it. Yeah, it's so worth it. I went to all the home Sixers games.
Nice. Oh, that's wild. And then the Sixers had a pretty good run this year. Honestly, they made quick work of my... I'm a Raptors fan. Like, I'm a big-time Raptors fan, so I'm from Toronto. So we got a little rivalry, to be honest, going with the Sixers right now. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Like, I know in Toronto, because you guys... Joel Embiid is kind of the big bad guy because he did his little, airplane celebration on us a couple years back when we had Kawhi and when we ended up winning on that ridiculous buzzer beater. But then you guys had our number this year. Kawhi had his crazy buzzer beater, like the fadeaway three-pointer at the buzzer to beat us in one game. Like, it looked like a different team, and Embiid looked different all year too. Like he looks like a legit MVP candidate now. What would you say is the state? Amazing. Yeah, and how do you feel about the Sixers? I honestly think, like, what's his name, Maxey looked incredible too. You guys got better,
Maxey looks great. If Harden can go back to what he used to be somehow, this team is scary. We got PJ Tucker for toughness. We got that dude from the Grizzlies, that backup point guard. What's his name? House.
Oh shoot!
Something
Yeah,
else.
I know. PJ Tucker's been around the league for a long time. He used to be a Raptor, like I swear, like 10 years ago. I'm surprised to keep hearing his name come up, but obviously he's like a really good defender. He's kind of like a power forward, but he's only like 6'5", 6'6". Like he's not a
that's that toughness.
He just like exactly. He just like doesn't give up any ground in the paint, and he's the kind of veteran leader. Apparently, he's got like the best sneaker collection in the NBA too. I've heard PJ Tucker's like a big sneakerhead. Like this guy's sneaker collection is probably like pushing hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I mean he's got the money for it. We see somebody in the chat, Dev, saying, "Spam, what are your thoughts on Ben Simmons?" I think we already know. Like, what are your thoughts on Ben Simmons and his whole legacy in Philly?
Honestly, you know, I hope he does good on the Nets, man. I mean, it wasn't really. Yeah. I really don't hate him.
Oh, that's a refreshing take because I've talked to Big Kep at length about him. Big Kep wants this man fucking dead. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
I can't. I mean, man, this dude was our first round draft pick, and he took a team with him and Embiid, bro. I mean, they changed the Sixers organization. Just them two. Yeah. We were nothing. We were the worst team in the league, and when we got them, you know, they changed the whole organization.
Yeah.
He was a great player for us. He just had one bad series, and everyone beats him up about it.
For sure, and I think, you know, the one thing too, it's one thing if you're taking the 3-pointers and missing them, and you're still shooting that shot and putting yourself in the position to make the shot, you know, but I think the one thing that Philly fans kind of soured on him was when he was like passing up wide open shots and just afraid to shoot, because I feel like Philly fans don't have patience for people that are not gonna.
He's not built. I don't think he's built for Philly. I don't know. It's too toxic over here. Yeah. You don't think Ben Simmons is, you know, even he said it, like he wasn't mentally right.
Yeah.
Being in Philly, so I mean,
Philly's
a tough place to play for.
For sure. Well, you guys have had a couple guys who've kind of gone through those mental issues on the Sixers alone. Like Markelle Fultz came over. All of a sudden, his jump shot's broken as a rookie. It's like literally this guy went from being a stud in college to not being able to hit a free throw. Like it was some weird stuff. Like it's like a little mini curse. Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, you'll drive yourself crazy doing the what ifs. Like I do that with the Raptors too all the time. What if? What if?
We drafted Jahlil Okafor, freaking Norris Noel. Then we drafted Embiid. We had 3 centers.
Yeah.
On the team, that I don't.
Yeah.
Sixers were a mess.
Yeah. No, exactly. But it looks like the front office that you guys have now, like you guys are set up for the future. Like Embiid is still in the prime of his career. That was his first like healthy season that I've seen in a while. So if he can stay healthy, you know, I love that you guys signed Harden to like I think it was a 2-year deal, like a short-term deal. So you'll get his last 2 really good years probably. You know, and then once he starts to decline, you're not going to have him anymore. He's not going to be your problem. So I think it was a perfect kind of, you know, you got him for the exact reason that you guys would want him. And then that Maxey guy, like he's insane. Like
good, man.
I watched the last game of the regular season, which was like the Raptors regular season, which was against Philly, and Maxey was like he jumped off the court. I was sitting in the cheapest seats available, and you could just see that guy was like darting across the court. Like
nobody can keep up. That's what I love about him.
Yeah,
he's fast. He has so much effort. Like, he's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely wild. But you know, and one thing I wanted to get on before we move into your experience with video games and how you got into content creation, the bromance with K Harry. I've seen K Harry's in the Philadelphia area. You guys have been getting together for a ton of games. Like, how many games would you say that the two of you guys have seen together at this point?
I think we only have went to Phillies game so far because we just started like linking up during the summer.
Yeah.
So I probably maybe over. I think maybe over like 7. Yeah. 7 or 10.
Hey, that's awesome, man.
They're cheap, man. And it's just a good time. Like Philly game tickets were like $20.
Oh, that's wild. That's not bad considering you guys have a good team this year. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, it's true. Like with the NFL, like you got to pay a ton because there's only like 8 or 9 home games a year.
Honestly, I didn't pay that much for the home opener tickets. I mean, we were all the way at the top in like the middle, so we could see everything. But I paid like $160 per ticket, so it wasn't that bad.
Considering it's like a good experience, and it's a prime time game too, like that's pretty sweet.
The environment was nuts, dude. Yeah. Like when Jalen Reagor got like freaking in the game, just boo boo. I loved it.
Yeah,
that's the reason I go to all these games, just the environment.
Oh, for sure. Like that's the thing. Like I think I can't remember who it was talking about, but really, it's like if you want to get the best viewing experience for just looking at what's going on in the field, you'll sit at home and watch it on TV. But like you don't. If you want the energy and you want to get pumped up and have like an experience, like going in person, there's nothing like it. But yeah, like definitely a cool experience, and it's cool you were able to link up with somebody from from Twitch and from competitive Madden, because it's
honestly, man, I've been hanging out with a lot of people from Twitch and Madden and all that. It's kind of crazy.
It's awesome because a lot of the time you hear about people on the internet, and there's some weirdos out there for sure, but then there's also like this whole like I didn't really start messing with Twitch until like COVID started, and nobody was able to do anything in person. And then you realize there's this whole other world of people out there who are like legitimate friends. You see people on Twitch more than you might see people that you know from high school or from college or wherever. It's kind of wild to be able to get the IRL thing going on too. Yeah, definitely. But speaking about video games and getting into it, what was the first console like that you ever had growing up, like in your house?
Ooh.
Or what did you grow up playing?
The first PlayStation, PS1. Yeah.
The gray one, the little old...
the gray one, the one that, like, the disc ejector goes up, I guess?
Yeah. Oh, man, the throwback. And what was, like, when you were growing up, like, did you always play sports games? Or, like, what other games did you play growing up if you had time?
I mean, I always loved football, always. It was mostly sports games, but I played Call of Duty, Black Ops 1 and 2. Then they just started the game started changing. So
yeah. I used to love playing Call of Duty, to be honest, until when I was in college, like a bunch of my buddies played it. So it's always fun when you can get into a voice call and like go in there. But then as people got older, like people stopped playing it, and then I was like, I don't want to play with a bunch of like random 12-year-olds. Get into a lobby and guys are just yelling at me the whole time. But if you have guys that you play with, it's pretty dope. But
I just got away from it because the game changed, like to that future stuff, all that jumping around, jetpacks and all that.
That's what I was gonna say. I bought every game until the one when they had the exosuits and you could double jump. And then I was like, okay, this is not the same game anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And now I guess with Fortnite and everything, the over-the-shoulder games, like shooters are kind of changing a little bit. I still like to play Warzone occasionally, but like honestly, I'll never play it on my own. Only with like if I have guys in a call with me or something.
It's just too sweaty now, man. Everyone's just so good at these video games now.
Yeah, for sure. Plus, I mean, they got the crossplay too with Call of Duty, where you get guys from PC with their aimbots going too, and it's like, is that really fun? Yeah, like when you're just trying to play casual, just shoot some people, just to blow off some steam, and you got these crazy guys on the PC. But so when did you first what was the first Madden that you ever bought? Like, can you remember back to when you bought Madden for the first time?
Ooh. Probably not. I don't think so. Yeah. I remember the first real video game I remember playing was the ESPN Madden with TL on it.
Oh yeah. That was good. That was like 2005. Yeah. That was like back in the day.
Yeah, 2005. Yeah. 2K5.
That was when you had to like hammer X to run, right? You had to like freaking mash it to.
I don't remember. Crazy. But I used to remember playing my pops on it. And so,
that was a fun game. That was like
everyone said that it was the best like football game made.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like I was, I'm a little bit older than you, so like I was probably in 2005. I would have been in like 11th grade when that game was out, and it was like Madden 2004 with Vic on the cover, which was a really good Madden. Yeah. And then there was the 2K, and you would literally go over to people's houses, and people would have both games, and so like you would play both of them. Like now it's probably ever since that year, everyone's only had one option to play football games. Like everybody just plays Madden, or they don't play football games at all.
Yeah, bought it out. Yeah.
Like I do think though, there's something to be said for like a little bit of competition. It's good for the game.
Exactly. I think that's why EA really doesn't really care, about their product, because there's no competition.
For sure, exactly. And we saw. I think it was with FIFA got. EA lost the rights to FIFA, so when I saw that happen, I was like, maybe EA is going to wake up and think, oh well, if FIFA can cut us, then maybe the NFL could cut ties with us too. But it doesn't look like it so far. Like there's been pack strikes and issues going on, and the game. I was going to ask you about this later, but we might as well get into it now. Like what do you think the state of the game is right now for Madden 23, and how would you rate it compared to like the last couple years?
I think it's better than last year, honestly, but. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed, And when I just got done playing John Beast.
Yeah.
And the dude had 3 under pressures on, and I literally couldn't complete a pass because, there's no counter to it, basically.
Yeah. 3 under pressures. Where do you even put him on? DT in both the ends or what? That's crazy.
Yeah. You can have 3 of them out there. So he's in 330 looping with 1 under pressure, then he had him as both 2 on ends. So basically, it was just tough. I mean, I don't know. I think if they just gotta fix it. I think fix like under pressures and stuff, ags, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And as soon as that gets fixed, if that ever gets fixed, the game will be good.
I mean, it's kind of crazy with the Ags too, because they went out there and this past week put out like 2 6'5" wide receivers. You get Plaxico Burress, you get freaking Calvin Johnson. Like you got Herman Moore at 6'4". Like they're giving us a lot of really tall receivers, which I mean, it's kind of wild. They're
doing it on purpose.
Oh, absolutely, and especially with ladders coming up this weekend too. They want to put. And I didn't really follow the competitive scene as much until this year, but it's true. You do realize every time a ladder is coming out, they put expensive-ass cards in the game so the pros will go out and buy all these, cards because you need them to compete.
It sucks, man. I knew it was going to be a crazy... I even said it to my boy. I was like, this is going to be a crazy week on content.
Yeah.
The best cards are going to come out. And we got Megatron so far. And Revis. I mean, Revis is okay, but I mean, you drop Megatron, but you drop Revis. Revis is like what, 5'11"?
Yeah, 5'11". That's the only thing holding. And his stats are kind of just like 90s across the board. He doesn't have like crazy overpowered stats, but I mean, he does get Acrobat for like 3 AP or something. So I mean, I guess if people want to try out Acrobat, I haven't seen many guys using it because it's been like 5 AP on most cards this year. But absolutely. Like ladders coming in, and all these guys got to stock up their teams. I'm sure they'll give us some crazy legends too for the guys that want to play on. Well, it's Sunday and Monday. You're gonna go out and buy these. It's gonna be somebody crazy this week. I don't even know who. They might give like a Brett Favre quarterback or something. I don't know. I'm feeling something big.
Something crazy. Yeah, it's gonna be something crazy. Then they're gonna have everybody in scrambles that's playing ladders because you got to get the cards right away.
Yeah,
and they're going to be like $3 million.
For sure. Well, when it's all like done through MUT now too, like this year, right? Every single tournament's going to be through MUT. Whereas, I mean, I will say like when they had the regs tournaments, absolutely, for sure. It's kind of funny because you think of every other professional sport, and like if you look at esports, like the amount of money that it generates, I'm sure they're raking in money of people watching these games on Twitch and getting free advertising for their game. You look at other sports and like everything is paid for athletes. They get their meals, their hotels covered. Like they don't pay anything out of pocket. And then you look at esports and Madden, like particularly, and you guys have to pay out of pocket to compete. Like it's crazy. It's the opposite of what it should be. They should give you guys like a bank of like all the players available, and you just put together the best roster you want.
Honestly,
and you use it.
If when you make the tournament, the live event, they do that. They let you use but I mean. I guess the way they look at it is just not fair for everybody. If they just give somebody the best team and the other people,
Yeah. Okay, well, that makes sense then for the live event that they kind of at least hand you something. You still got to make it through ladders, and, you probably want to have the best team available. I guess the other thing I was going to ask about, too, is would you say that, like, what percentage of people would you say just have the exact same roster? Like, there's these meta players, everybody's got to have them. Like, in ladders, is everybody going to have Calvin, Plexico, and the same quarterbacks?
They probably have the main people. But with my team, I kind of got blessed because when DK was in packs, well, he wasn't in packs, so I was doing a training reroll for him.
Yeah,
and so I wasn't pulling him, so I was like, whatever. And but later the next day, they gave me 350K training.
That's wild. So you basically doubled up your training there for free.
Yep.
That's a W. I mean, sometimes these mistakes work out in your favor. That's crazy.
And I made like 12 mil off of it. So
wild. Holy shit, man! I'm sitting around 1 million right now, and I'm like wondering what I'm doing wrong. I've had no pack luck this year so far, but that's wild. So you actually got a little exploit that went in your favor. That's rare for EA to do that. But at the same time, they're still taking away. You haven't been getting rewards for your Super Bowl trophy packs. Those have been taken out.
I don't even play it no more, man. I mean, with me, I just try to play money games and really lock in playing the best players. Me playing head-to-head really doesn't really do a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the next thing I wanted to ask you about too. So you said you just got out of a game with John Beast. Are you guys labbing together? Or you just match up randomly in head-to-head, or?
We're just playing some money games, some 25s.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta say I played one morning. I normally get on for a couple hours in the morning. I don't like to play too much head-to-head. Like, I wake up at 5 a.m. because normally it's like the late-night demons are still playing at that time, and they've been locked in for like 6 hours, and I'm just waking up. But I matched up with Nick OC. I think you know Nick from the community.
Oh, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah. And I think I saw you guys playing Fortnite together actually a couple times. That was like a while ago now, but I matched up with him, and I was like, I don't really want to sweat, so I'll quit out of this game with Nick OC, and then I match up the next game with John Beast, and he was still streaming. I was like, oh, god damn it, I don't want to play any pros today. I'm a pretty casual player. I don't want to mess with you guys, but Man, so the other thing I was going to ask you about, so for locking in for MCS, like what's the process for you? Like, I know you've had a couple of different lab groups that you kind of gone through this year. Who are you locked in with right now? Like, is it do you have a certain number of guys? Or?
Drini, Goes, Prodigy, Rage, people, NFA, so Chaos, those dudes.
Yeah. So and how much time would you say that you guys spend like in Discord or like in the lab like on a given day or in a week? Would you say?
So I wake up. Yeah. I mean, when I wake up till I go to sleep.
Yeah.
But I totally just stopped doing going places.
Yeah.
Because manage my job, so I was kind of bad for a few weeks. I was bad the first tournament, and after I realized, I was like, I gotta just lock in and focus.
So it's just getting a ton of reps, like high volume of reps, and just like trying to see as many different schemes as you possibly can. And now, how much of it, like when you're going into a head-to-head game, and look at K Harry coming through with the raid as well. What's good, K Harry? That's your boy right there. Philly represent. We got the Philly crew in here. Appreciate the love from K Harry. I got a command. He did one of these interviews with me like about a year ago now.
Really?
And then he started going famous on TikTok after that, and I haven't seen him since.
Oh yeah.
But
that's all he talks about. Oh yeah, I'm TikTok famous.
Oh man, he is, and now he's all doing live sports stuff too. He's kind of switched from the Madden stuff to sports stuff too. But I'm here for it. But I was gonna ask you talked about a bunch of the guys that you're labbing with right now, and like how many of these guys is Madden also their full-time job, or most of the guys you lab with also full-time? Yeah. So that's like, I guess that's kind of the difference, I guess, between the elite and then the guys who are just doing it on the side, like as a part-time thing. How is it possible to be a top-end elite Madden player and also have a 9-to-5 job, or is that really difficult? Would you say?
That's super tough, man. Because when you're gonna have work, then you're gonna come home. It's like you're not gonna want to play freaking Madden. Like I don't know. That'll be tough. That'll be super tough.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like even and
tired.
For sure. And would you say that like content creation and stuff? Like I know a lot of people look at it like competitive gaming, streaming, a few of the comp guys stream quite a bit. Some guys are more, protected. They don't really show their stuff until the competitive season's over. Like, have you been hitting the streams recently, or are you more like just fully locked in on just getting ready for those tournaments at this point?
Probably, just locked in, bro. Yeah. I mean, me losing my PC, I also just stopped streaming because of that.
Facts.
I can stream off my laptop, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not the same.
Bro, it's not as fun. It honestly, like, once I moved from, like, having, kind of a crappy stream setup to having a good one, I was like, man, I could never go back to, like, just streaming off my PS4 camera, like, the way I used to when I started out. But, so what happened to your PC? Was it just old age, or just, like...
Honestly, I just think it got burnt out. I was using it all the time to record games, stream, and all that. So I think it got burnt out. I was only a year old.
Yeah, my God. That's frustrating, man. Because it's a big investment. Like, it's not cheap going out there. Like, the amount of money you put into a stream setup is kind of wild. Most people wouldn't realize it's...
I'm just going to, save up for a new crib and then figure all that out after I get my new crib.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You got to get the priorities straight first and get a place where you can lock in and call your own. But, one thing that I was going to ask you, too, so, do you see... obviously, like, you're going to want to stay competitive for as long as humanly possible. Like, I've talked to a lot of competitive guys, and they all say, you kind of, I guess you just want to stay relevant and stay good for as long as you can. And then do you see in the future, like, a time where you're kind of switching gears and trying to become more of a, content creator that's going to take on a bigger role? Like, right now, you'd say you're probably a comp player first, content creator second. Do you ever see a time where that switches?
Maybe after this year, we'll see how comp goes, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can't, it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Being, because, being a comp player, it's not guaranteed money, so.
Yeah, facts. That's why I guess those hours of labbing are important, but also, like, mentally, like, how draining is that when you do put in all those hours in the lab, and then you might not get as deep into a tournament as you'd like? Like, is that deflating? Does it take time to come back from that?
Oh man, last year I was 0-3 and wouldn't get in games for the tournament, but then I finally got over the hump. But every time I was that close, I made me more hungry. Like, damn, like I'm that close. Like, like get your stuff together, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, it definitely is. I get down on myself. I'm very hard on myself. You can ask Harry. I mean, when we went to a Phillies game, bro, and it was the day after I lost in this tournament, last tournament.
Yeah.
And I was just down. I wasn't the same. He's like, "Cheer up, pal." I was like, "No."
Well, that's that's because K. Harry's used to losing games all the time. So I mean, he's a good person to ask about that. No, I'm just trolling K. Harry. I'm trolling you, man. But absolutely, man. It's tough. Like you'll see guys like me and guys who are I'm not even putting myself anywhere near a competitive category, but like even guys who are streamers trying to go 25-0 in weekend league. We get we get let down when we have a bad showing, so it's just that next level when it's real money that's on the table and it's your actual primary source of income. So it is a high stakes thing, and it's you don't have the security of like a regular 9-to-5 job where you're getting paid the same no matter how it turns out.
Yeah.
It's not public sector, you're not on a pay grid or anything. It's all performance based. So kudos to you for doing it, man. Not everybody's built for the world of being a pro gamer. That's for damn sure. But speaking a little bit more on the state of the game, because you mentioned that you said this game you do think is better than last year's game. Well, what do you think has changed that's made it better, in your opinion?
Just no escape artist. I mean, that's literally the only reason. I mean, I think last year was better when there was no escape artist. I think
Yeah.
But maybe I was just good at it, so I'm biased.
Yeah.
But.
I mean, guys were still running escape artists when it was like, how much AP was it at the end of the year? It was like 12 AP or something crazy or more?
Yeah, it was, and they
it was so good that people were still doing it. Like, you don't need a single other ability other than escape artist. Like, that's clearly broken.
Just run away from everything.
Yeah. I will say, like I don't know if I'm any better at the game than I was last year, but I do feel like the movement speed is getting a little bit better. Like, I feel like when they first made the switch to next gen, it felt really like you're stuck in the mud, kind of. And then this year, it kind of feels like, it feels about right. Like, I'm not honestly mad at it. The way players move, I think it's getting to the point where it's pretty realistic. Madden 20 was obvious, like you could cover 3 routes with your user. Like, that was kind of fun, but at the same time, not realistic. It's tough to find a perfect game.
For comp guys, they like better movement, like faster movement.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because you could use this year. You could user. I think the user is better. You're faster. So I think it's not that bad this year.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely an improvement. I think most people would say gameplay-wise. The one concern that I've seen people saying is that it's a shame that this game is so much better than last year's game, and now all the content stuff is messed up. Like, it's like people actually enjoy playing this game. I enjoy booting up and just playing random all Madden seasons, even though it doesn't track my record. I'm not grinding for anything, but I enjoy the game. But if I'm not getting rewarded for it, if everything's broken, it's like it takes away the point. You just sit there with your coin stack being exactly the same, and you don't get any trophy packs or anything. It's kind of wild. Feels like it would be an easy fix. I mean, I saw a comment today on Twitter. Somebody said, if the issues that we were getting were issues where they were paying us out too much, they'd fix it immediately. But the fact that we're not getting paid, they just put it on the back burner and they don't really care as much. If they were finding a way where they were losing money, they'd be on it in no time. But I guess it's just a business.
If there was a coin glitch out, it would have. If there was no way to make easy coins, it would have been done in the first 20 minutes.
Last year, I remember I was like, first 24 hours the game was out, and there was like the Patrick Mahomes training glitch where you could like change his card art, and everybody was going wild. Just like, and that was patched by probably by 3 a.m. they had somebody in the office. They called somebody in, fixed it. But for simple things, it's like, I don't know, man. It makes you kind of upset with the company considering how much money we do drop on this game. But I'll move on from that. What do you think about this whole pack strike thing? I mean, it's been I don't know if it's still going or if it's like what do you think about the whole idea behind it?
Sorry, it's a good idea, but it's a good idea, but I don't think it's going to do anything.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's proven that it hasn't. Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna fall in over a couple hundred likes on Twitter.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the other thing is how. I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there who are saying pack strike, and then they're on the weekend they're out there off stream buying their bundles anyways. So
you kind of have to, because there's just no way to make coins. If you want to be competitive, you have to, man. It sucks.
Absolutely, for sure, man. And it's not cheap either. It's like you're putting in $100 to get a bundle. It's like that's a lot of money for
like $400K.
Yeah, and that's the thing I think that was frustrating. Like, I mean, I feel like if you buy a bundle, you should be guaranteed 1 million coins worth out of that bundle. Like, it's a lot of money. That's real money. You know, 400K is crazy. That's like not even enough for a top tier card. You could spend $100 and not get a card that's only going to be good for like a week anyways. Like that's insane to me when you think of it that way. But man, they got into a good business. These EA people, they know how to milk us for every dime. That's for sure.
Literally.
But you know, I also want to talk about you know, ebooks obviously being a big thing for you, and you got a couple ebooks out this year, an offensive and a defensive one. So I know you're working with Huddle GG. I think has your Chiefs defense. I was looking on Twitter today. I think I saw it out there.
Yeah, they have my Chiefs, and then you know, Turf got my offense.
Nice. Okay, and you know, I'll add a link. Like I got a little shout out link to you here. I'll drop it in the chat. But if you want to send me those, I can definitely put it there for guys who want to get your ebook. But you know, what would you say? Like, is it geared towards more like competitive players, or like, you know, top 20, you know, top 100 weekend league players looking to become elite, or more geared towards casual guys looking to kind of make the league?
It's probably more casual guys, because you know I'm breaking down, you know, people that like follow me and like support me usually are going to be in trips, so they always ask me, oh, you know, what route combos, blah blah blah. So it's just something for them.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
People that just really rock with me.
Yeah, definitely. And how do you go about, like, you know, from season to season? Are you working with different websites, different seasons, or do you ever have any urge to kind of do your own thing? Like, I've seen a lot of these content creators going out and making a website where they sell their own ebook. Is that something you could see down the line for you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I really want to win a belt. You know, that's the first thing. I want to win a belt, then I want to figure out all that.
Facts.
Because as you see, most top content creators have a belt. You know, like Dubby,
Skimbo,
you know, most of these dudes made a name for themselves in the MTS. Instead of salmon heavy. So I mean, that's kind of the route I want to take.
Absolutely, man. And I think you know, if you stay on your current path, you know, stay locked in the way you have been, I think it's just a matter of time, man. I hope that Madden 23 is the year for you, that you kind of get that monkey off your back and get that, because that opens a whole bunch of new doors for you. You know, gets you a whole bunch of networking done. You know, you get to be on the live events where you're kind of, you know, exposed to like that much wider audience too. And I mean, you've had incredible success already, like on your Twitch channel, just from what you've done so far. But I'm hoping that you get that thing that kind of shoots you right to the moon.
Yeah, man.
But I'll definitely put a link to your ebooks out there for any guys who want to get, you know. So you're running for, I think it's Chiefs defense, and then and Trips is the offense that you have out on the other website.
Yeah, New England, New England offense.
Nice.
I'm gonna add more into it later. Like, there's more stuff I found. I just gotta add into it, but I'm gonna just wait till after the tournament to add it in.
Yeah, for sure, man. No, sounds good. And the last thing that I wanted to ask you about goals for the future, you kind of already went into that. Main goal number one is get yourself a belt. Is that the only goal? Is there nothing beyond that right now? Is the belt the number one and only, or do you have other goals kind of set for yourself as a content creator and pro gamer?
Right now, I just want the belt, man. The belt opens up everything for me. You know, the belt gets me to Madden Bowl, and the belt gets me, you know, like you said, just everything, branding, streaming, all that. So I just need that belt.
Yeah, I like that, man. When you got that one goal circled, I mean, it makes it a little bit easier. It makes it a bit easier to focus. You're not spending
take it one thing at a time.
For sure, man. Well, I know this weekend we got ladders coming up. Like, so we got 4 days of ladders. Like, what do you think of that? Like, as opposed to the 2 days or the split over 2 weekends. Like, what are your thoughts on 4 straight?
I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid because, you know, we can't even watch any football games, man. They shouldn't have ladders on Sunday. I'm against that.
Yeah.
You can't watch. You can't. It's literally 1 to 9. You can't watch. Yeah,
you can catch the second half of the Sunday nighter, and that's it. Like, that's kind of wild, actually, when you put it that way.
Now we can't even watch the Monday night game because we're gonna be playing. It's bad.
Yeah.
I'm totally against it because know they think that Madden just is everything. But
yeah. I mean, I don't know about you. It's not a holiday weekend for you guys in the States, is it? It's Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend, too, so Monday's a holiday. So, I mean, I guess it works out for those guys, but a lot of people are already doing family stuff now, too, you know, like traveling for Thanksgiving. So, I guess we won't be seeing many Madden Canadian pros in the event this week, or this time around. But
it sucks for them too. And like that's I mean, maybe it's better. Wait, when is it? You said Sunday.
It's Monday. This coming Monday. So like the last day of ladders is So Monday nobody's gonna be doing stuff, but Sunday everyone's gonna be like away all day doing family stuff.
Saturday, Sunday. You should you'll be good.
Yeah. I guess as long as you can play at least 3 of the days, like you can probably. I guess it depends. I mean, if you're winning all your games, you don't necessarily need to play all of them, right? But man, I'm wishing you luck on this. Hopefully, you crush the ladders and make a deep run in this tournament, and hopefully we get to see you in the live event, man. I'll definitely be rooting for you. And
that's the goal, man. That's for sure. Goal. I've been putting in mad hours for that. So.
Absolutely, and get yourself a berth in that Madden Bowl too at the end of the year, man. We'll be tracking your progress and definitely rooting for you on this side of things. But man, Spam, I appreciate you coming through doing the interview. I feel like we covered a lot of stuff about your journey and man, I just know you're going to be a big success. I hope you blow up this year, my dude. I really do.
Thank you, man. It means a lot, bro. It means a lot. For